What?
Long Bay. We're live. Hold on. Let me get live on Instagram. Maybe I'll get it right this time. Go live. Go live. Oh my gosh, I think I did it right this time, you guys. So we're
Wow.
oh, well, there we are.
Learning.
So I want to start off just very quickly by addressing to everyone that Brian is not a baby killer. He is not interested in children being hurt. The FWA is working diligently to make sure that gates are safer. That conversation has never ended for us, and we will not be bullied, accused, or blamed due to ignorance. So, with that being said, I kind of want to jump into what our live is actually about today, and that's kind of like follow up of World of Concrete and Fence Tech. What a week! Cindy, start us off.
It was amazing. Obviously, I was at Fence Tech, and it was just a great show overall. It was busy. There was new connections made. I finally had the opportunity to meet your beautiful face and so many amazing women of FWA. So it was a great show overall, honestly.
Oh, yes, I loved it. It was so much fun. Letty, you were at World of Concrete. How was it? Or as I like to call it, Cement World.
Yeah, it was a blast. We all had like a lot of fun, making connections and networking with other associations that we found out there. We actually made contact with the National Hispanic Contractor Association.
I saw that.
And yes, and we're really interested in working with them and getting that introduced into our association. Because as like we all know, there's a lot of Hispanic people that belong to this trade, and it's really important too. And then we also made a contact and networked with the Women's Association of Concrete. The same way like FWA has the women of FWA. Also, we made a connection with the Women's Association of Concrete Professionals.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Big things
is.
happening. Andrea, tell us how it went from your side of town, being on both attending
It was
and
a total
helping.
trip.
Yeah.
It was a total trip. Like, I heard stories from Fence Tech last year. I've attended the Fence show, but like, it was insane. It was fun to meet everyone that I've seen, through video chats and stuff. And then also, hang out with all of you. It was great.
Mhm.
Yes. Jackie, the one, the woman, the myth, the legend here.
Uh,
Threw the best party at Fence Tech.
woo woo. I will say that was probably on my top list, right? Like we took our homeland party to a whole new level, and there's an expectation going forward. And honestly, it became this bridger of like, we're very wholesale driven, and so it was a great opportunity to kind of find contractors and kind of bridge the gap between what we can supply them and where they can go. But at the booth, we had a lot of traffic, just constant traffic. And I was almost thinking that people were coming into this Fence Tech with uncertainty, but there wasn't. There was excitement, there was growth mindset, there was expectation of growth in their companies. There was a lot, and even for us, we came at it with a whole new booth, like a huge whole new booth with a lot of technology. We implemented our new or launched our new app for our company. And then also like connections and synergies. I saw so many connections happening and then synergies with other people. And I think that just kind of ties into that growth mindset that I saw as well at the booth.
Absolutely. No, it's definitely true. So, like, I ran between the Women of FWA booth and then the Southwest Automated Security booth. And I kept getting pulled in like every single direction in between. So, like, I barely saw the show floor. Like, I saw Cindy's booth because she was right next to me and serving beer, thank God. But, like, outside of that, I don't even know what the rest of the place looked like. It was ginormous and so many new people, so many first time attendees. It was amazing. People were so kind and open, and like, man, that Women of FWA booth was popping. Every time I came around the corner, they were talking nonstop to new people who had never heard of us before, who had never attended a Fence Tech, and almost felt like they were being drugged there. And that was our purpose, right? Like, you can come sit with us. Like, and now they feel like they can, like, okay, they're excited for the next trade show. They're excited to come and find us. And like, to me, that's just like super amazing. And then of course at the SAS booth, like we had like, you know, the giant octopus out there with all the technology on it, all the fun things. And like, I made my whole month in that week. Like, it was amazing, you guys. I don't even have to travel for the rest of the month. I'm so excited. Like, seriously. So, yes. So, okay. So you said, Jackie, there was a lot of new technology in y'all's behalf with your app. How is that going? Had people signed up for the app? Is that...
Yeah, we had them like scan the QR code immediately, and then hell, we were taking their phones and like downloading it for them so that they could always go back with it. But it's a technology that's going to help everything from the homeowner to the contractor to our customers as the wholesalers, and then even our staff. There's so many questions our people are asked on like drawings and sample requests and that kind of stuff, and they can do that all through the app. So I'm hoping it cuts down some of the questions once we launch it, but we've got a lot of strategies in 2024 to continue the messaging on downloading the app and utilizing it. We know it's going to take a 12 to 15 month, kind of assimilation type period. Right. So we're just excited about it. It's been a lot of work from our marketing team, our one marketing guy, Jim Etheridge, like shout out. I know how many hours I put into it. I can't imagine how many hours he put into it. So yeah, it was a good team kind of driven thing. So
Andrea, what's the most amazing thing you saw when you were there?
I mean, to be honest, I pretty sure it took me 2 days to like walk the entire floor.
Oh yeah.
Like it was huge. And then I walked the floor with Cole, who, has all his little buddies. So we spent time hanging out with his buddies and excuse me. But like I got to see some things that like he's started doing some baseball fields and stuff. So we got to see some of the sports companies that were there, and little did I know he's actually been in contact with some of these people. So, and he like was talking to me about them. I had no idea. So it was cool to put like also see him do his like business stuff at a trade show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what's funny? I noticed too, like Homeland usually only brings about 12 to 14 people. We'd bring our entire sales force and then a couple of management, but we brought 34 people this year. So there was a lot of first-time attendees. And one thing they kept on saying is very family centric. Like they were excited to see so many kids running around. And that was cool. Like starting from the bottom, and people bringing their families.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was a big show, though. I mean, at our booth, we were honestly extremely busy, so I didn't get to walk the show till, I want to say, the end of the second day.
Mm-hmm.
And just even that, it was very briefly because I knew we still had a bunch of traffic at our booth, but it was a good show. Just both, customers attending, and then it was nice to just see customers that obviously I had years of doing business with, and finally putting the face to certain names, and just seeing suppliers, right? Different manufacturers out there, Wheatland, Homeland, Master Halco, FSG. There's just so many different ones. I was like, wow, this is a nice show. It was good.
Well, and y'all are kind of like the new kids on the block, like kind of coming out of your shell. People are getting to know you guys. Y'all are growing. Like that's a big deal. That's pretty amazing.
What was your favorite swag item?
The spanking monkey from
like the stretchy, like yes,
with it.
I swear, everybody came over and I was like, I'm gonna go get one of those. Like I gotta get one for my kid, and I didn't even get it.
And the Alan Olson, don't be a salty bitch. And
I have a whole handful of those.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. So Letty, what's new going on in the world of concrete? Like, what did they have there that we're not seeing at our shows yet?
So let me think about that one. Definitely I would say they had like an outdoor space where a lot of companies were doing demos and showing what their tools do. So I think we're
We're on
looking at
board.
that right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited about demo days. I think it's going to be amazing. That's one of the big reasons why I'm coming to Vegas in 2 weeks. Well, that and the Finch University, which is going to be highly successful. But like, I'm stoked about demo days. Like, you know, I hear all you guys talking about different things like posts. Yes, I know what a post is, but like you asked me something else, I couldn't tell you what that was. Like, and I'm going to get that opportunity to really learn and understand like all the different facets of all of our different jobs. I'm pretty stoked about that. So, but yeah, hold on.
That's an undertaking, so good luck.
Yeah, so going back into families, unfortunately, we can't see who the Facebook user is. You have to give StreamYard permission to see your name. But it says, I was excited to bring my kids, and they were excited to see more of what we do. Thankful for how family-friendly the fence industry is, and for SWI Fence for always thinking of our families. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, that you know, I'm finding more and more that each of our companies are really small family-owned companies, and that's what keeps us more connected than anything. I think it makes us more human. It's important to us, especially us women as FWA. You know, I will kill you for my kid. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, and like people know who my son is just because of social media. I trust almost everybody I come in contact with who asks me about my kid. You know what I mean? Because they're paying attention. But anyways, we're all moms here for the most part. But sorry, just on my pedestal over here. And then, of course, Josh Glover. I think you'll never live down that name.
I will never live it down.
Ever.
Ever. That's okay. Hopefully I'll get a new one here soon.
Oh. Well, you know, it's probably just going to be Jaquie because that's what Siri calls you.
It'll be all the fun things.
Right.
All the fun things. I would say the same thing about family. Like, I love when people ask about my boys, you know, and I'm very vocal on social media about what we do and how we do it, and our dog hunting competitions and that kind of stuff, or our hunts. And I love when people engage in that type of conversation more than just fence sometimes. So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Cindy, now that you have done lion fencing for Fence Tech, like, what is y'all's next trade show that y'all will be attending? I've got a kid sneaking up on me.
How cute.
Okay.
You know what? I do believe we're gonna be at the Fence show in September, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the next big one for you guys.
That's gonna be the next one. Yeah, I've obviously we've been looking into maybe attending like landscaping shows. There's obviously a lot of different ones that we're starting to recently go into and doing the research behind it, and just see if it's obviously something that would benefit our company.
Mm-hmm. So what are y'all going to do differently from the last two trade shows y'all did with that same style of booth? Of course, beer. The beer.
Yes.
People in forever.
Yes.
But do you think y'all would go with like a different style, a larger booth, or is that working for you guys? That intimate connection that you get in that, you know, basic, simple booth?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, I feel like it was the booth that we had. I feel like it was a good size at the fact that, you know, obviously we had different reps there doing what we obviously do, but at the same time, it was enough to be able to connect one-on-one with multiple people. And then we got as busy as we were like, hey, can you give me just 1 second? I'm kind of trying to wrap up this conversation. And I just thought to myself, like, man, this is amazing, you know, because I see all of my team and everyone's talking to someone with the one-on-one connection. I feel like the beer definitely helped out as well. We obviously had different types of beers, and I'm all for it. I'm like, we're all working, but still having a good time and being able to socialize and make connections in a new way. I did kind of pitch out there like, hey, so next time can we have like a full bar?
Right.
But yeah, but no, it was really good. I feel like even if we did have a little bit of a bigger booth, it would definitely benefit us. But it was honestly a good size for the one that we had this time around.
I liked it. I liked the high table seating and stuff like that. It was nice. It really was. Yeah. And it's like, you know, your California team and then your Houston team, and then to see your owner there like that. I think that's a big deal when, you know, your big boss shows up and makes those connections as well. Plus
Yeah.
that connection you get with them as well, like, is very important.
Yeah.
So, Andrea, what do you want to see at the Fence Show, girl? Other than, of course, you want to design the Women of FWA booth, and the discussion started. I will make that happen for you.
I want to see. I know Cole has probably told everyone, like, and I completely agree. He wants to see equipment.
Yeah.
Like the stuff you use to build fences. Like for us, they use a lot of mini skids and skid steers and like big equipment, not, you know, just digging with a shovel or a post hole digger.
Right.
Like I want to see, like, I think it'd be interesting to, even if they're like a first time attendee, to like, when you think of someone putting in a fence, not everyone thinks of, oh, they're using big machinery. They're probably doing it by hand. It'll give those people that are wanting to upgrade their business and get into like more machinery stuff, a first look at like, what is this machine able to have for attachments and whatnot.
Yes, we're listening. We've got something like 20 acres, right, Letty? So right behind the property, it's all fenced in. They told us we could do whatever we want. We're just, we're working on actually laying it out, making it efficient. But yeah, we're with you. We want equipment, big equipment, little equipment. I want to see people using it. I want them to let me have a couple of beers and drive it. Like, that's just how serious I am about this. Like I'm super passionate about it. So, Jackie, are you going to be able to make it to the Fence Show this year?
Yeah, so we actually just had a meeting at like 9 a.m. this morning about the 2024 events, and we have 26 events on the calendar. Yeah, so from small to big, right? Now, I will say FWA and West Coast Fence Show has put us in a weird spot because it's like week after week. And so we're really trying to identify what we want to do and how we want to do it differently, how we want to go to market. We do, I don't know, have an emphasis on how we're going to promote FWA to some of our customers and make sure that they get there so that we can kind of do a big hoopla on it, right? And so, and then, you know, what does that look like? We have the International Builders Show. You know, we've got the Northeast, I guess AFA is also having a show, kind of April-ish timeframe, I think. I could be totally wrong. March 1st timeframe. And so, you know, what we're going to do there, how we're going to go to market. But again, it's going to be really what's important to us, the app that we've put a lot of time and money into, and then, you know, making sure to support our customers. I think Fence Tech we've identified as kind of our big show. We do everything there. And then all the rest of the shows, we really want to support our customers that are going and not try to build a booth that's going to compete with them.
Right. I love that. That's beautiful. No, seriously.
Bro, I'm trying to think super creative, out of the box type stuff. Not just holding a booth, right? What kind of party are we going to throw that kind of encompasses all of our customers and how they have something there, their own signature drinks or something fun, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
no, seriously. So like today I actually had a meeting as well with SAS, and we were doing our follow-up from Fence Tech, pros, cons, what to do differently. And everybody's like, did you go to Jackie's party? And I'm like, how did y'all get in? I didn't invite y'all. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm telling you, everybody was talking about it. And they're like, we should do another party. I'm like, we did a party 2 years ago. It was terrible. I showed up for 10 minutes and said, bye, I'm going to Jackie's other party. They're like, we didn't do it right. I'm like, you're right. We didn't do it right. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of preparation. So I might be calling you on that side. But we're doing ISC West. It'll be our 3rd year doing that because we do a lot of video surveillance and access. And believe it or not, there are a lot of fence companies and gate companies that do ISC. And
landscaping companies that still do. And I'm like, wait. And that's where I was talking about the synergies. There's so many companies that are trying to dabble to see what's going to get them to the next tipping point or that scaling up Vern Harnish type option. So it's
diversification, like that's how we're all going to grow in the long run. If we stay stagnant, we're never going to change. You know what I mean? And people move on from that. You know what I mean? But so I think we're talking about doing like a hospitality suite, kind of honing in some like Jackie Lopez into the into the thought of it, pulling some people in and seeing how that goes, which I'm pretty excited about. I was happy with the FWA and with SAS again. So, man, yes, it's the trade show year for sure. Oh, look at the baby on screen.
Oh,
way to make us all just melt. Man,
to make my womb hurt.
And that's what you're going to catch on this Q&A as opposed to any other one. All of our ovaries killing us now.
Yes.
Say hi. You say hi?
Oh my goodness, how sweet.
So maybe this might be a great opportunity to ask Susan, like, what do you think is going to be the big differentiator for us manufacturers, right? For the West Coast Fence Show versus the FWA or the Fence Show, because we're trying to figure out where our dollars are going this year, and going back to the exact same almost exact same locations is a hard answer, And so where will you see the differentiator?
So let me start with the fact that when we picked our dates, there are so many shows out there. We probably shouldn't have chosen those dates. It just is what it is now. That's when they were available. That's when it worked out for us. So what we're going to be doing differently is, obviously, what's great about the Fence Show is everything's in one location. Discounted room rates, vendors, attendees, you're all in one space together. There is a movie theater. There is a bowling alley. There is a spa, a pool, bars, restaurants. You have no reason to leave the property. So those interactions go from the show literally down to the casino floor, and they continue. You get real time with all the leaders in this industry, along with all the new people in this industry. Yes, there are still people who go down to the Strip, but they ultimately still end up at the South Point Casino. Secondly, we want to bring back demo days. We want people to be able to touch all the tools, all the heavy machinery that Andrea wants, like, together. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Sorry, I was laughing at Dan talking about hundo over here again.
I'll throw it up there. Don't worry. This one first. Thanks, Dan.
Okay.
And then next. But yeah, I don't want people to have to choose. I feel terrible for that. That was not our intention initially. You know what I mean? But we're going to do what we do.
No, I totally get it. And like I said, I don't know if we're going to do an either or. I think it's just trying to figure out how we do the and.
I agree with that. I get that. So, okay, you guys. I didn't want to make this a super long podcast because I find that the 30-minute range is really awesome. So I would like a closing statement from everyone. Cindy, go.
Well, honestly, the show was amazing and I had a great time. And to top it off, I ended up winning a raffle from Z&D. Yeah, 5,000 for a vacation.
What?
Yes.
Cindy, call me.
Oh my God.
No, but honestly, obviously, to get to it right, it was an amazing show. It was a blessing, Susan, to meet you in person. It was just overall just amazing to see all the women of the fencing industry coming together versus, competition, customers, obviously all manufacturers that are out there. It was just overall an amazing time. So, and Nashville is the place to be.
Letty, follow up, just a kind of roundabout, like, will we be doing World of Concrete next year, or Cement World, as I like to call it?
I would love to. I really love the connections and the networks that we did. We're really excited of bringing. We actually had some concrete people that actually were contractors that did install fences, and they really kind of like never heard of our association. So we got to introduce them to you and to them. So we're really excited for that, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Oh yeah, Jackie.
I would say there's this piece of me that, like, every time I go to these events, I'm super overcharged, right? Like I'm just recharged from like the craziness of our industry. And I would say this one was really cool about just women are fierce, right? Like we have this potency about us that we can hang with the big dogs, right? We can hang with them and we can chill with them and we can party with them, but we still keep our composure and we still keep our fierceness. And at the end of the day, we can still talk business and one-on-one, right? Like toe to toe. And I think every time I go to these events, I'm just empowered a little bit more of this male dominated industry and how we're kind of engaging in it, when really I think there is a lot of synergies, and there's a lot of guys out there that just respect that there is a women force too, a womanly force out there that's in our industry. And so I'd love to see where the coined phrase of a male dominated industry kind of changes.
Amen.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to close this out with, we are taking over, you guys. We are powerful. We are strong. And I want to sit with each and every one of you. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And whenever I get to come to these events and really, really connect, that's what charges me. That's what gets me excited. How do I get us to the next level? And I don't even mean like, the glass ceiling or anything like that. I mean, literally just having our voices heard. The reality is we don't realize that our voices are already heard. You just got to speak. Right? So I love
we
it.
have some we have some really amazing champions in this industry too. So
yeah. You know what, Susan, we were obviously, our booth was right next to FWA. And of course, the moments that I would have for free, I'd just, obviously go over there, talk to all the women. And it was just so neat seeing every single man that was coming around, woman and man, right? Just stopping at the booth and just saying like, it's amazing what type of movement you women are all doing right now. And just being a woman in it, really, because for myself, right, I started doing structural steel years ago. And that's how I started. And originally, when you would talk to a man, right, and they would just kind of see you as, what is a woman doing in this type of industry? And it's just neat to see it out there. So it's amazing.
You popped off for a second, but yes, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I love each and every one of you guys. I'm going to end. I think I have to end Instagram first and then LinkedIn or StreamYard. We're about to find out.
Let's do it.
Or it's saying go live. Did I not go live? Oh, shoot, y'all.
She was so sure of herself that she had this down.
What on earth? Oh my gosh.
Oh man.